Hi, my name is Aleksi Haapajoki and welcome back to the Startup. So in this episode, we are going to look at something that's very important. So the biggest mistake that startups make when growth hacking. And this is also going to explain why most of the materials that you find on growth hacking are probably not going to work for your startup, especially if you're in the early stage. So the way that I like to explain this is that if you take something called the formula, so it's just the very basics of how to make a profitable and a growth company. So you take the two sides of customer acquisition, you take the cost of acquiring a customer and the lifetime value of that customer. And when the lifetime value exceeds the cost, that is when you have profit, that is when you have growth. So for example, Uber might spend quite a lot of money, maybe $100 plus getting a customer, but they have that customer, they may have it for 5-10 years. And in the end, it looks like they might make a profit from that customer. So that is how they're able to get so much funding and so much growth. So then the question that always rises is, what about free? When I get people in for free, what about my free users? So I think it's a little bit of a myth because there's not such a thing as a free customer or free user, because you're always using your time and you could be using that time differently. So you could be working somewhere and making maybe 20-30 euros an hour. So if you spend 5 hours getting customers and getting users, you can times maybe 5 times 20, and that's 100 for those customers. So the thing is that a lot of growth hacking concentrates on getting the customer, on making the cost of getting the customer low. And for startups, this is mostly the wrong place to start. So actually, in a lot of big businesses, what I've seen is that they concentrate a lot on the lifetime value of the customer. And once they get that right, they jump into getting that customer. So the problem with startups is that you don't know your lifetime value. And even if you get thousands of potential customers, of users, of people liking your Facebook, of email followers, the problem is that your lifetime value might still be zero. So unless you work on your lifetime value and you make your product more valuable and you make sure that you have your product market fit really down well, then you might run into a problem where your lifetime value just is zero, and then whatever you do on the other side of that spectrum doesn't really matter. So what is the best way to increase lifetime value? Well, that's the thing that I'll be talking about in the next video. So thank you and see you in the next video.